What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gigastonks. Today, we're going to be dissecting some absolute madness in Wall Street bets. We're going to see how our buddy over here, ChampionshipSome6184, took $16,000 and turned it into $119,000 in about 15 or 20 minutes. So, some absolute degeneracy going on here. I got to preface this by saying
It is not financial advice.
but I know you know that, and I know you probably don't care if you're watching this video. So let us proceed. We're going to look at the story of ChampionshipSome6184 and how he made his $103,000 profit and how it could have been a heck of a lot higher. I'll preface by saying that he used zero data expiration options. What are zero data expiration options? According to Investopedia, which I'm sure none of you apes are using because Investopedia is for the bogleheads who are buying shares and they think it's risky to buy Bank of America instead of the straight up S&P 500 index, or they're in the Dow or IXUS or something total market. Anyways, that's besides the point. Zero data expiration options are the riskiest of already a very, very risky class of assets. Zero data expiration options are traded on the same day that they expire. So instead of buying an option that expires 2 months from now, you are buying an option that will expire. If it's out of the money, it will expire worthless today. Very volatile. The window is very small to make your move. And so basically what our buddy Championship Sum did is he purchased some $564 zero data expiration calls on March 21st. You can see where the line is lit up there, how it ended up going, but he didn't know the stock was going to go up. Maybe he knew something we didn't know, but I don't think he did. He made a very ballsy call here, buying $564 zero data expiration calls. If this chart did not tick up, he would be completely screwed. And actually, he did cut 20% losses here with the $564 zero data expiration calls. If we look at his post history, we see that just a few weeks prior, he had made some significant gains, over $80,000 in 2 days. So you can see here he made $40,000 in one of those trades. My guess is that he was playing with a portion of these profits. So let's read what the story is of ChampionshipSome6184 and how he just made a web developer's salary in 15 minutes. Hello, fellow retards. I just experienced peak WSB degeneracy. Started with SPY 564 calls, zero data expiration. The market went sideways as we saw in that chart. In true smooth-brained fashion, I took my remaining cash and YOLO'd 1,000 contracts of SPY 563 calls. So basically he backtracked slightly. Remember, SPY was at 560, his calls were 564, the strike price was 564, and he pretty much sold those, took his loss, and got a strike price of 563 for 1,000 contracts at 340. Market closes at 4. He has $16,000 on paper tickets that expire in 20 minutes. Look here at the chart quickly, and we'll see that this is absolutely degenerate. If the chart moves sideways, even if it ticks up a little bit, if it goes down, pretty much any direction besides a straight shot upwards in 20 minutes, that $16,000 completely evaporates. It doesn't even shrink. It's just completely gone. He actually hit $190,000 at peak profit, but then Questrade, which, by the way, remember Questrade, we're going to get back to them. They basically decided to risk review him for 30 seconds, which cost him about $85,000 when he couldn't sell at the top, but he still escaped with $103,000 in profit. So remember, we were just looking at SPY at 562. 20 minutes later, it did shoot up. This thing was timed absolutely perfectly. As you can see here on the chart, the 563 calls became in the money. Their value shot up immensely, and he's sitting on well over $100,000 of value. So we'll see here. He thought he was going to start working at Wendy's, which is hilarious. In the last 10 minutes, changed absolutely everything. The last 15 minutes of trading was pure insanity. Never doing that again. Famous last words by a lot of traders that lost everything. So ChampionshipSome6184. I'm going to be checking your profile and seeing if there's any more video-worthy trades that you make here in the next couple of weeks. He says here, like a boomer, I'm going to invest these gains in IXUS or XEQT instead of trying my luck. Basically, those are total market. That is the total boomer boglehead talking about your investments and, oh, the market's down 1.3%, life is over. That's the kind of plays that IXUS and XEQT are. Complete opposite of Wall Street bets, short of going in an annuity or gold or, something like that. So I don't really believe him. I like this guy, but I think he's straight up bluffing here. He also says, shout out to Pumpkin West 7430, gave some guidance, tried to keep me sane, but my degeneracy couldn't help it. I don't think Pumpkin actually was trying to keep this guy sane, because if you look in the comments, Pumpkin is the top comment saying Chad. And if you look at Pumpkin's history, he's got 100K YOLOs on SPY calls. Daddy Trump bless me. He seems like a degenerate himself. Basically, the reaction from Wall Street Bets, all the gooners are going nuts. Even for Wall Street Bet standards, this was absolutely crazy. But we're going to talk about Questrade here really quick, because you can see a lot of these users are questioning, why did you use Questrade? Basically, from my research, Questrade has incredibly high fees. It seems like they risk review people a lot. They take a lot of your payday out. And it seems like the main selling point of Questrade, well, there's two things. The first is that you can trade until 4:15 instead of 4 or even 3:30. Platforms like Robinhood won't even let you trade options right before the market close. Other platforms let you trade right until close. Questrade lets you trade until 4:15, so that's something to keep in mind. And then the other thing is, if you're in Canada, you might be stuck with them. It may just be your best option. The real question here is this luck or is this skill? And that is the question that we all ask, including Helena Ditto. Congrats. How did you base your bet? How did you know SPY was going to go up? And he says, basically, I just got lucky. And if you look at the chart here, he really did. The stock went down enough for him to buy 100x leverage, 0 data expiration options. Actually, on this chart, it's inaccurate. He bought them more like right about there. And then the stock went up. He sold the options. He got a little screwed over from Questrade, but this thing was just very, very, very lucky timing. So what are the takeaways? So the first main thing is that broker risk is real. They can risk review you even if you're not using margin money. Even if it's your own money, they can risk review you. Questrade takes huge commissions as well, which can cut like into your payday. I've seen anything from a few cents per option contract up to like, I saw someone say $10. I highly doubt that's accurate. A large part of your profit can be completely evaporated by the commissions, and those are the real winners with all these people trading for wins and losses, is these brokerages that are taking a percentage every time you gamble or invest. And then the third takeaway is that, and I know you already know this, 0 data expiration risk. But why would you be here watching this video if you didn't really like the risk of the 0 data expiration options? Something about it intrigues the ape and degenerate in you and me both, I know. So that concludes today's analysis. It's a huge win for ChampionshipSome6184. Could have been a hell of a lot bigger. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Again,
This is not financial advice.
but I know you know that, and I know you don't care. So subscribe for more analysis like this, and I will see you next time.